Hey everybody, it's Welcome Back to America. It's DB Frick. I haven't gotten the chance to eat for a couple of days. I've been so crazy busy, so I'm just gonna eat a sandwich. Well, Millie, everybody knows Millie. Millie's here with the news.
Yeah,
How you doing, Millie?
Just lovely.
What's going on out there today, Millie?
What's going on is you're eating a big sandwich, pal. That's what you're doing. Our first story is about shoes because I think that's a great theme. These shoes are barefoot shoes. Jim Carrey, he likes to wear big barefoot shoes while he's at the Oscars or about town. And his favorite spot, next picture, his favorite spot, though, is in the bathtub. Because you know what? Look how dirty those feet are. I know I don't like to go to bed with dirty feet.
You know what they say about big feet, right?
No.
Big socks.
Big socks.
Really
big
socks.
Closets to put those big shoes in.
Big closets, big socks,
Yes.
big shoes.
Second story is, you got something right here on your chin. An 82-year-old
Sorry.
Frenchman was chasing after a big fly, and he took his electronic swatter, and he hit the fly. And because there was a gas leak, from a gas canister in the kitchen blew up. I mean, the roof was blown off, but he was fine. The only problem was, so the family, while they're repairing it, they put him into a campsite. Because, why? He's 82. Really? You don't have a couch to give you grandpa?
Look.
I mean, what are they afraid? They're going to hit him while he has gas and he's going to blow up? Really?
In defense of that, you don't know this 82-year-old guy. He could be a big a-hole.
I don't care. I don't care.
Come on.
Yeah.
So a little camping never killed anybody. That might not be true.
All right, you know what? Don't talk while you eat, and I don't like it. All right. In India, there's two con men that took advantage of their local doctor by selling him an Aladdin's lamp. After he saw, he paid $93,000. And after, through smoke and mirrors, they actually had like this genie come out of it. Really? That's what he thought was a genie? We're telling him he's going to have good health and wealth and good fortune. And
Anybody who falls for that is an idiot.
Yeah. It's not a whole new world. There's people looking to rip you off like the IRS and Social Security. Don't answer your phones. They're trying to scam you.
That is a beautiful song.
Yeah,
we
isn't
should do
it?
a Disney movie based on it.
Yeah, I think so. Next story is about a grandmother. She went to Australia. She had such a great time, and she bought this canvas bag for this yarn and knitting and just beautiful. It looks made so nice. But what happened when she got home and she looked at it, she found out it's really X-rated. The 10-year-old granddaughter said, "Hey, Grammy, what are the animals doing on your bag?" And she was like, leapfrog. I think it looks like piggyback rides.
When I was a kid in my bedroom, we had wallpaper, and there was kids playing together on the wallpaper, and one of the pictures of the kids had a kid taking his pants off.
All right, you know what?
That was the wallpaper.
I don't.
That was the 70s.
I can't take it with the food in the mouth.
You
Okay,
remember the
stop
70s.
looking at me. I don't. Anyway, yeah. So now, did you know police officers, their favorite snack really isn't donuts? They're the Munchkins. Yeah, no, not those Munchkins. These Munchkins. He loves, you know why? Because they can actually chase after a perp while they're still eating.
I'm not surprised.
The Munchkin.
That sounds like a cop joke. Always like a good cop joke.
So do I.
So
funny.
You have weird. Hi, officer. How you doing? We're recording a show.
That's fine. Is everything okay here?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Well, I got a call for a disturbance. Ma'am, are you okay? I got a
You
call
know-
for a woman screaming in pain.
That was me inside.
My ears are hurting. They're splitting. Is everything okay? Did
Yeah,
this
that
man
was
hurt
me
you?
because he's chewing with his mouth open, and I don't think it's funny.
I'm
Funny.
hungry. I wanted to eat a sandwich.
Ma'am, did he say anything offensive?
Yeah, he said it just now. It's offensive.
Offensive. Ma'am, can I just ask you to slide over here?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Handsome guy.
Well, thank you.
That's
Sir.
a big coffee.
Yes, this is what's known as a cop-sized coffee. Only found at Dunkin' Donuts.
Fair enough.
Now, let me ask you something. You're eating a sandwich. That's supposed to be funny?
Look how nice he just ate that chip. He didn't have a
I mean, you find eating a sandwich is funny?
I thought the audience would like to see me eat a sandwich. I thought it was funny. You guys
I
thought it
didn't
was-
think it was funny.
Sir, do you consider yourself some sort of a comedian?
Well, I do have a talk show. I mean, this is my talk show. We do a talk show with
Because are
Millie
you
here.
aware of the comedy code 119-7?
No, I've never heard of any comedy code.
You've never heard of a comedy code.
No.
Well, comedy code 119-7 is the unlawful dissemination of unoriginal and hack material.
That's.
I find a lot of violators at the open mics there.
You're with the police?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
That was rude. Look, officer, am I under arrest?
You might be. Are you, in fact... Wait a second. What is the name of the show?
It's Welcome Back to America with DB Frick and the Not Quite Ready for Jihad
DB
players.
Frick. Why does that name sound familiar to me?
Because of the show, because of my picture, because
No.
I'm famous.
No, I've never seen it. I know you are DB the Hack Frick. You are wanted all across the comedy circuit for hack material and stolen jokes. Sir, that is a grand larceny, stealing jokes.
Get him.
Wait, am I under
Let's go.
arrest?
Yeah, I believe so.
Get him.
Wait, let me try.
Are you really a comedian?
I am, and I can prove it. I'll tell you a joke right now. I'll tell you a joke.
Hang on. Ma'am.
Yes?
Is he a comedian?
What does that even mean?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Just-
Sir, I will give you one chance to prove to me that you're a comedian.
Okay.
And if you are, I will leave and make this an unnecessary response.
Okay. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
Because he's dead?
You know what?
I don't know. No. I've heard
I'm
that
not
before.
sure now who the hack is.
No,
Did you make this call?
I heard-
Did you call me here to
No.
tell me that joke?
Look,
No.
Sir, I understand that this may be, I may have made a mistake here. But I did get the complaint about you, so I will give you one chance. Otherwise, you both going downtown.
No, he told me the joke.
Look, if I'm under arrest,
I love
want to call
monkeys.
my lawyer, Arthur Dent. I'm
Arthur
calling my
Dent?
lawyer, Arthur Dent.
Arthur Dent is your lawyer?
Yes.
Yes. Good luck with that, Joker.
You better call Saul.
Okay. I will give you this one chance to tell me a joke to make me laugh.
Oh, you gave me. Okay, I'll try another one. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Oh, what are you, sad cop? What are you crying?
You know what?
Not funny. Not funny.
You, sir, are hereby
Oh, don't
deemed
do this in front of my
clown.
audience.
A clown.
I can't
Now let's
believe you
go.
just did this in front of my
Downtown.
audience. Look,
Let's
okay,
go.
We have a great show for you tonight. We
Let's
have a great
go.
show. We have come up. We have Improv from Improv Extreme out of the UK. We also have. Look,
Come
I
on,
just wanna
you.
Get me. We also have Anthony Rodgers, who just ran for Congress in Missouri, and we also have Victor Varnado. He's a cartoonist for the New Yorker. Watch. Thanks. I want my lawyer.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I want my mask.
I forgot my Oh,
Take
Thank
those.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That
And my
was
coffee.
fabulous. Yes, because he's a pig. He used to be chucklesome, but now he's like untidy and sloppy with that sandwich. Ugh. But now he got the show. It's all mine.
Hi, this is Welcome Back to America. I am DB Frick, and today I have something very different and very special for you. Not only is this man a comedian, been on Netflix, Amazon Prime, he has his own show called The Anthony Rodgers Show. He's the founder of the St. Louis Times, and he just most recently won the Republican nomination at the 1st Congressional District of St. Louis, which is a pretty big deal if you ask me. So ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Rodgers. How you doing today, Anthony? Thanks for coming on the show.
Good. Thanks for the very awesome intro. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, of course. I'm very impressed by the work that you're doing, and I'm really interested. You're a comedian. You're a stand-up comedian.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
I did stand up from like 2014, and then clearly now at the cosplay of the end of the world, I'm not really doing any shows. But
Right.
there was from like I guess like 2014 to like 2019 strong, I'd say, and then like just doing shows a bunch and like touring. So I guess like that time, about 5 years in that time frame.
Okay. When was the first time you got on stage? What made you want to get on stage to do stand-up? To be funny?
That's hilarious. So the first show was basically a cannabis farmers market in Seattle, Washington. I was posting a lot of Facebook jokes at the time. I was writing for Thought Catalog, which fired me. But but I was writing a bunch of stuff, and then they found me on Facebook. This like a really bad band found me on Facebook and asked me to like do shows with them, and I did shows with them through the West Coast, and that was my first tour. It was like up and down the West Coast and some places outside the West Coast, but that's where the first tour was basically. And then I kind of didn't really do the open mic thing everybody gives me shit about, and didn't really do the whole like the rest of it. I was just writing jokes, talking shit on the internet, and they asked me to go on tour pretty much.
That's great. To have the opportunity to skip the open mic circuit is
Super lucky.
Is a
I found
huge
that
gift. Some open mics have been some of the most miserable evenings I've ever had. You've just recently won this nomination. And one of the things I find most incredible about it is that you've said you did it by only spending $28. Most people who run for office spend hundreds of thousands of dollars into the millions. How did you do this? People would love to know.
It was actually super easy. I think they basically make you think you have to spend a lot of money because all they're doing is fundraising and money laundering. Like the opponent in November basically made $500,000 and paid herself out of it, and that's kind of what the deal is, I guess. Like people just like stealing money, and I was just like, I'm not doing that, and I'm not taking any donations, and like I just figured it was the country's like bad enough right now. We need to fix it rather than just like take from the people that don't have anything right now.
That's a beautiful sentiment. I can definitely feel that one. What did the $28 go towards?
Just a domain name, AnthonyRodgers2020.com, and then business cards.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I bought.
Wow. That's amazing because you kind of, without being rude to your opponent, you slaughtered your opponent. That was like a 65 to 35. That's 65% of any vote's pretty incredible. You come from a city that's very that leans in the middle. It's a very center city. It's one of the biggest cities in the country. And what I find very interesting is that the Democratic opponent, their numbers were closer to each other.
Yeah.
So I think that leans in your favor. That
I think so as well.
That their numbers were like that. What are some of the things that you hope to do in office? What are the things that are driving you to do this?
Several things. I mean, on a local level, I want to just build up St. Louis again. I'm sick of people like only remembering Mike Brown or only remembering the crime or something from this area. I want to bring industry up from within like North City, St. Louis, which is basically a third world country at this point. Like North City there's not even a grocery store on the north side of St. Louis right now. I want to build up industry from within, from people there, and help them like kind of start businesses there, and also bring in like Amazon and other big companies like that. Maybe not, but just I'm saying names, but like I want to bring big industry in there to offer jobs, in the hopes that basically if you flood the market with jobs and opportunity, basically crime would be greatly diminished to basically just crimes of passion rather than like crimes of necessity, you know.
So you're a jobs guy. Your angle is getting people jobs.
At this point, I mean, it sounds very, very ridiculous and stereotypical, but I think like but I do think that's what St. Louis needs more than anything right now. I think that's the biggest thing that this town needs. But clearly on a national level too. I'll be right. I'll go ahead. Sorry, brother.
Not at all. What made you want to run? What influenced you to finally do it? One of the reasons that I'm so interested is because I hope to run for office someday myself.
You'd be good at it.
What is it that made you finally do it? What was the moment, and what was the buildup?
I saw this weird window of winning. Basically, I saw this weird window that probably won't ever happen again. That I just kind of signed up it's kind of like you're saying, the $28 anomaly kind of thing. Like that's not likely. Like, a lot of people don't do that. I just kind of saw the window, and I predicted that the incumbent would lose in the primary, and he did. So basically, I'm up against a Black Lives Matter protester, and so I mean, just a completely unqualified person, money laundering, basically. So the window is like pretty easy for me, and then also just the current state of the country is like just offensive to me. Honestly, it just kind of pisses me off because I would be like prior to the current state of things, I would be happy just smoking weed, playing Xbox, and being a complete loser. Like I mean, but then like things piss me off enough, and I'm just like, what is going on right now? Like I need somebody needs to fix these problems. It's like dad's home kind of vibe, you know? It's like dad's home. You kick open the fucking door, and you're just like, okay, let's fix this shit, and like everybody grow the fuck up, and let's like take our country back, you know?
I like the idea of you sitting in front of the computer playing video games, and maybe you see like some kind of ad out of the, and that moment you just jump up and you're behind a podium. You had a great, and I'm not going to quote it word for word because I can't remember, but I mentioned yesterday that you wrote this on Facebook, and it would have been a great campaign slogan. But you wrote something else that I think will even be a better campaign slogan: Big Dick Energy.
I think that should be the slogan. I think it's the vibe.
It would be the best, and it would become very popular. You would be, everybody in America would know who you were.
Yeah, it'd make people like lie and say their dick's big and vote for me. They'd be like, man, I don't have baby dick energy. I got to vote for big dick energy.
Right. Right. It's really perfect. Tell me a little bit about you founded this paper called the St. Louis Times.
Oh yes, sir.
How long has that been around? What did you do to make that happen?
About a year in June, so a year and a couple months at this point. Basically, I just saw the window again for basically. You go to like New York Times, you go to a major, what's considered a major newspaper website or blog or something, and basically just ad written in panhandling for $1. And the New York Times is like, hey, you got $1? Okay, you got $1. You can read the rest of the article for $1. You know, it's like just like pandering, and nobody wants to read it basically. So I basically just made a free newspaper, and also there's no conservative press in St. Louis, so then I started that, and I saw the window that basically conservatives don't have a voice here, so basically I'm giving them a voice, and then and myself as well, and then basically I just saw the market for steamrolling. I just saw the window, and I'm like, that looks easy, and like,
I love it. You've also have something called the Anthony Rodgers Show.
Yeah, my mom named it actually.
Your mom named that. Well, yeah, she named you, so
Yeah.
I guess that counts as naming the show too.
Yeah.
Where do you do that? What is that, a podcast?
Yeah, basically the exact same place you're talking to me. I pretty much sit at the counter in my kitchen and just talk to people that should never even talk to me.
That shouldn't talk to you.
I feel, I mean, they're way out of, I mean, just like it's an excuse to talk to anyone famous for no reason, and like I don't know how I've kind of like made myself credible to enough to do this. I don't know, but.
Oh, so you've gotten, what are some of the names that you've had on the show?
I mean, my favorite's probably Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street. That was the only one I've ever been nervous for. But the rest, I mean, like bands that people like and stuff, like Buck Cherry, Sublime, a bunch of stuff like that. A lot of porn stars, a lot of like TV, like movie stars types of things, you know.
That's huge. Those are huge.
Yeah.
Those are huge names.
That's what I was trying to say. I don't really know how I tricked my way into being credible. That's why I was like, it's just like one day you go from being a 15-year-old telling everybody you're doing things, and now you're 34 and like, wow, this works. Like, you know.
I feel like I spend a lot of my time thinking, am I a phony? Does everybody think I'm a phony? I don't think I am, but maybe I am. There's a lot of energy that goes into that. It's all.
It's like the Joe Walsh song. Everybody's so different, but I haven't changed.
Right. Great song. I saw him on the subway once in Manhattan. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment. I was like, what is Joe Walsh doing on the subway?
And does he have any drugs?
And didn't drugs? Because I do.
Let's split them.
What do you have coming up? Are you do you have anything you're working on that I haven't mentioned?
I'm in a movie called Psycho that's coming out on Amazon next month in September. I play a teenage boyfriend and a cop, and I have 2 roles. You
have 2 roles. How do they differentiate you? How does someone not see you as this, like, you're gonna be, you look like you?
Yeah,
how are you gonna play both those roles?
I think that's the joke, that I play a teenager and a cop, because I look like neither. I think that was the joke in the movie. Right. Like it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh thinking about it too.
You actually, you do remind me. I don't know if you see the Avengers movies.
Oh no, I'm not a big comic book fan, but I know about them for sure.
But there's a scene in the last one, and you look similar to Thor.
Okay, I know what Thor is. Yeah.
You have a Thor look right now.
I'm like a better looking Thor. Yeah.
A better looking Thor. That's what. Sure, I'll go along.
Sure.
It's been really nice to talk with you today.
Thank you, brother.
You have a lot to say, and I really think your story is really interesting. And I think it's going to catch on, especially as November rolls around. So maybe we'll talk again between then and now.
Okay.
Between now and then, we'll talk. And thanks for coming on the show today. If you have anything else you'd like to plug, where can people go to see you? What are the websites?
I have an OnlyFans account and a Snapchat Premium. I'm on Pornhub. I'm just joking. Basically, just Anthony Rodgers 2020, and then Anthony Rodgers Show the AnthonyRodgersShow.com, I guess, and then nowhere else. Don't follow me on social media. I have enough people already.
You just followed me.
Yeah, I did.
Twitter is fine though. I don't do anything on Twitter. So thanks for coming in today, man. I really appreciate it. Good luck with the election. I really do think you're going to pull it out.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for tuning in. Hey, everybody. I'm DB Frick. This is Welcome Back to America. I have something very special for you today. Got a few of my friends from over in England from Extreme Improv. We got them. We got one friend who's over in Bratislava, Slovakia. Fiona, we have over in right outside of London, I believe. And David's right outside of London. And, of course, Millie Michaels, as always, my co-host with the news. She's down here. Good to see all of you. I think you all just froze.
No, you frozen.
No, you froze.
I froze. So for me, it looks like all of you froze.
You look like that Max character from the 90s. What was he called? Max
Headroom?
Max Headroom.
Yeah, Max Headroom.
Yeah, he also was in a show called Doctor, one of my favorite sitcoms ever, but it didn't last very long. But he was
One of my favorite songs. Doctor,
yeah.
Can't you
One of my
hear
favorite types of
burning?
joke.
I'm just happy to be here.
Coming down today. It is the morning where I am. It's about 8 in the morning. It's about early afternoon for our friends out there in Europe. We're going to play a few games for you today. One of the things we're going to start with is improv with props. Now, I brought mine today, and I got you something, JJ. I got you a gift.
Okay.
I want to give you this, and I think it's just important to give gifts when people are,
I might have to guess what it is because you're not moving.
Oh,
but,
yeah. You need to see it again? This is here.
Well, yeah, you got to show me again.
You keep
Very
freezing.
quick.
There we go.
Oh, fantastic. It's a green hot dog, just my size. I like the old XXL hot dog. Can't beat it. In fact, out here in Bratislava, they have blue hot dogs because they're quite kind of Slovak. But I love it. In fact, funny you should mention that, DB, because I have something as well. And it's this. And I am going to give it to my friend Fiona. Here you are, Fiona.
Oh, thanks. Brilliant. Thank you. Oh, wow. Wow, it's the yellow jacket I've always wanted as a small child. I don't know if it fits anymore, but you know what? Thank you. It has those secret pockets and everything. Just what I always wanted, JJ. I appreciate it.
No problem.
This is super awkward because I also have a gift. David, we've worked so well on Werewolf together. You as the host, me as a range of other characters. So I have something for you. So I'm just gonna pass it over to you. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Look at that.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, look at this. It's a little magic mirror. And when I look into it, I can see the future. And, oh my gosh, it's looking bleak for some of you. There was actually an earthquake here this morning. I wish I'd had it then. But, oh, look at that. DB,
It's been nice knowing you. But saying that, I have an object here I'd like to give to Millie, because Millie, I've never met you before, so I would like to present you with this.
Oh, ew. Ooh. Ooh. Why would you give me this? This is a blackhead, a commodore? It's something from your face? I don't want it. Can you take it back and throw it out? Or
Okay, I will.
chuck it over?
Reject.
Hey, thanks. Nice meeting you. DB, I have something
Hi.
for you that I found in a barn.
Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Here you go.
It's that book on how to deal with failure really well. This is gonna really help me a lot, this book, because I'm failing a lot recently. Thank you so much, Millie.
You're welcome. It's a very sharp book.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the read. That's Improv with props. We're going to go straight into a quick little game called Questions, where all you can do in the scene is ask questions. You do anything else other than ask questions, and you're out. You don't get to play anymore. Well, you can play again once we go through the line. We're going to start with JJ and Fiona. We need a location or a subject, something to start them off with. We got something sort of out there, something weird, something about horses. They're equestrians. You are a horse trainer and someone who's learning for the first time how to get on a horse and how to ride a horse. How about that? Awesome.
Super.
So JJ and Fiona, take it away.
So have you ever ridden a horse?
Have you ever taught anyone before?
Do you always ask stupid questions?
How many hands is it?
How many hands is the horse, or how many hands do I have?
How many hands is the horse?
All horses, obviously, have 6 hands, don't they?
Do they?
I think you'll find they do, don't they?
Where's the saddle?
Where do you think the saddle is?
Is it next to the reins?
Do you think the saddle is part of the reins? Are you silly?
Do you think I'm silly?
Do you think I can train people that have absolutely no idea about horses?
Are there any other animals here?
Are there pigs? Are there cows? Can you not see them?
Where are they?
Are they not in the trough? Are they not in the field? I thought you were here for horses, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
There you go. That's our first out. You can jump in there, David. David?
Are you looking for a horse?
I have many horses. Of course I'm not looking for a horse. Are you stupid? I'm going to say more statements now and then get out of this game. Bye.
Hey. All right. Jump in there, Millie. You're dealing with horses.
Are you selling anything today?
Would you like to buy a horse?
I don't know if I do want to buy a horse.
No, that's not a question.
I'm out already.
Where are these horses from?
Have you been to McDonald's?
Are these horses treated humanely?
Do you mean, do we treat them like humans?
Do you treat these horses with care? Do you feed them properly?
Would you believe that we grind them into a fine paste?
That's awful.
Bye.
But, yeah. What was that?
Horse, snake.
Yes. Let's do
I'm
another
still
round.
going.
Do another round. Yeah. So JJ, jump back in.
Different subject?
We can go with a different subject, sure. How about being lost at a theme park? You're lost at a theme park. We can start
Do
with
you
a few
know where
different-
my mummy is?
Would you like me to be your mummy?
Are you my mummy?
Would you call me mom?
Or are you my daddy?
Don't you recognize me?
Are you a kid?
How inbred are you?
Are you from Norfolk?
Would you believe that I'm actually not?
Are you spaceman?
Would you like to see a magic trick?
Would I like to see Britain's Got Talent magic?
Where can you see that?
Have you not got a television?
Would you like to meet a clown?
Are you calling me a clown?
Can you pull a funny face?
Have you got big lips?
Are you trying to be offensive, young man?
Am I a young man?
How old are you?
And I think, you know what, we're going to end we're going to end questions there because you guys are just way too good. You guys could probably go on and on and on and ask questions.
Being British, we always ask questions, so we're pretty good at this.
There's got to be a world record for asking questions. Like how long? Like 48 hours of asking questions.
That sounds like a show.
I've just learned that it's a lot easier, A, to be a kid, because kids always ask questions, and B, to be a character, a silly character. It's much easier than doing it normally, and I've just learned that. Thank you, DB, for helping me learn that.
Often throwing myself into a character and getting myself out of me can certainly help with coming up with ideas that the me wouldn't. The next game that we're going to play is called Verbatim, and each of the performers will say a extemporaneous monologue on a specific subject. Then the next player has to copy that, and then so on until we get around to the first player again. So our subject for this one is going to be something about, how about getting on an airplane? We're on a line getting on an airplane. So you're telling a story about being at an airport. Will you start, Fiona?
Yeah, absolutely. So the last time I was on an airplane was obviously a long time ago, but I usually travel to the US quite a lot because my partner is from the Midwest. And if you're not sure where the Midwest is, well, it's directly in the middle and not technically on the west side, but basically, if you imagined Wizard of Oz before color, that's pretty much where he is. Right now in the Midwest, it's a lot of fields, a lot of flat land, but more importantly, there's lots of politics going around. So I really, really enjoy my long flight over there to just talk about politics to all these people. But the last time
that's 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Awesome. That was really great. JJ, let's see how you took that story in.
The last time I went on an airplane was, well, actually, I normally go to the US. Well, in fact, my partner is from the Midwest, which is, it's kind of in the middle, not in the West, which is slightly strange. It's quite like, I don't know, like, you know, Wizard of Oz before color, kind of black and white version. And what I love about it, it's quite political, a lot of politics, is I love going on the plane and talking about politics as I go over. And I really love it out there. And I feel that I can kind of add value to the whole American political system.
30 seconds. Good copy. Good copy. Well done.
How did you do the accent?
Yeah, you did the accent too. You sounded, I thought you were Fiona.
So accurate.
David, let's see what you could do with that.
Okay. I like to go onto a plane, and sometimes I go onto a plane, and I go out and visit my partner in the Midwest, which is it's a little bit like the Wizard of Oz out there, but it's a strange thing really, because why is it called the Midwest when really it's kind of in the middle? I've never quite figured that one out actually. But then when you go out there, then some other things happen, and I can't really recall what happens 30 seconds seconds is an extraordinary length of
That's
time.
30 seconds. Yeah. 30 seconds can be extremely long. That's to oneself, it's like an eternity. Let's see, Millie, let's see what you can do with that in 30 seconds.
Okay. So I haven't been in the airport in a really long time, but my partner lives somewhere in the Midwest, which is in the middle next to the west side on the east. I don't know. It's all over. And it's kind of like Wizard of Oz because everything is gray when I get out there. And something about it's very political there. I don't know why, because maybe the corn. And yeah. And a lot of people don't go to the airport right now.
And that's 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was.
Give or take a second or two.
I'm gonna freeze.
All right. I'm going to see what I can do with that story. All right. So I was at the airport, and I was at the airport the other day waiting online. And I'm from the Midwest, and I don't know if you know this, but the Midwest isn't actually in the Midwest. It's in the southeast of the Midwest, which is to the left of the north. But if you look at it properly, you can tell. I wouldn't say I'm very political, but I've been political sometimes and through the back door, so nobody knows I was there because I like to bring my chihuahuas with me, and that's illegal. Yeah, see? Verbatim for me, I can't remember a thing. She didn't say any of that. Everybody, thank you so much for coming down and doing this. You plug Extreme Improv. It froze again. Can you hear me though? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
no?
we heard you. Yeah.
You may want to re-record this once you have a look at it, because from our point of view, you were literally frozen the whole way through. So
the whole way through.
But we could hear you still.
But
we
could
could hear you vocally.
Sometimes the video comes through anyway, and I'll watch it, and we'll see what happens.
That's fine.
David, can you do a little plug for Extreme Improv?
Oh, certainly. So Extreme.
And your book. You have a book. Plug your book.
I
Too.
don't know what you're talking about. So Extreme.
That's your prop.
Yeah, no, it should have been. I will always use it as a prop going forwards, actually. So Extreme Improv has shows online on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Extreme Improv, also on Facebook and Twitch. Just look up Extreme Improv. And there are every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have people from all over the world. That's how I met all of you guys, in fact. And there's a book which you can get from Amazon, which will tell you how to play all of these games, including verbatim.
Nice.
Yes. David, thank you so much. That's awesome. Anyone who's checking out this little segment, please check out Extreme Improv. They're on YouTube and Facebook. And JJ, thanks for coming down. Poker champion JJ Hazan, very funny lady Fiona, and my cohort and my mechanic Millie Michaels. Thank you all for coming down. This was really great. I really enjoyed this. We'll do it again.
As a mechanic, brilliant.
Nice meeting everyone.
Bye.
We'll be back with Welcome Back to America right after this.
Writing a book is the adventure of a lifetime. Red Penguin Books take pride in giving our authors a publishing experience that is stress-free and celebratory all the way. Some of our authors first approach us with no more than an idea for a book that's ready to sprout. Others submit completed manuscripts. Whether you're at either end or anywhere in between, our goal is to get you published. At Red Penguin Books, we offer options and opportunities that are unique in the world of publishing, and all of them are designed to keep you, the author we so deeply respect, in the driver's seat, unlike other publishing houses. So, if you want to write a book and are looking for a publisher, we've got you covered. Red Penguin Books deal in publishing services, book development, and ghostwriting for digital, print, and audiobook. Call us at 516 448-4993 or visit our website, www.redpenguinbooks.com.
Hi, everybody. I'm DB Frick. This is Welcome Back to America. We have a comedian with us today that is one of the funniest guys around. I've been seeing him around for a very long time, since like 97. I was at like an audition for Chicago City Limits that he was at. He's been in movies. He's directed movies that people like Dave Attell were in. He's currently a cartoonist for The New Yorker, which is one of the most incredible credits to have. Love The New Yorker. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Varnado.
Yeah.
It's so awesome to have you down here.
Yeah.
Always bringing the energy. Just do that for the whole interview.
Yeah.
Like a frat boy, kind of like, yeah. I kind of like to get right into it. Thank you for coming down today. A lot of my interviews are with comedians. So I'm always curious about what got a comedian on stage for the first time. So I'd love to know when you got on stage or what got you on stage.
Me getting on stage for the first time is actually a very silly story. I got on stage for the first time because I had a economics teacher who was like, hey, you are trying to be funny in class. I'll tell you what, I'll give you an A if you go try that on stage. So I was like 16, 17 years old, and a teacher challenged me to get on stage. And I went on stage and I did like I did like a 45-minute show, which he and his wife came to. It was terrible. It was like me by myself doing a 45-minute show. And he and his wife came to it, and he gave me an A.
How old were you?
16 or 17.
Oh, 16 or 17. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's a great story. What do you remember the first joke you wrote?
The first joke I wrote, that's a tough one, but here's the first joke I remember doing. I remember it was like the first joke that I had that everybody agreed was funny. And so the joke was people are surprised to find out I'm a black albino, but they're more surprised to find out I'm a real militant black albino. Because I'm always running around going, what are you looking at? Ain't you never seen a black man with no pigment and a lazy eye? Oh, I see how it is. Black albino can't have a job. That was
I vaguely like, that's funny.
Yeah, my humor has evolved since then.
Everybody's had to. Your humor has had to evolve recently. If your humor hasn't evolved in the last few years, you probably won't be able to make it in the world of humor because everything's changed so much.
Oh wow, what a guru!
Yeah. Are there any comedians out there that excite you, or that you like to go see, or someone you would pay to see?
Well, I would definitely pay to see any of my friends as comedians. I've done that often. But beyond that, I would say that people that excite me, I mean, actually, some of the people that excite me are also my friends, but I'm really into Bill Burr. I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually agree with a lot of what he does, but I think he's really good at delivering it. And so I'm trying to figure out like where he's going. I feel like he's turning a corner right now where he's like way more socially conscious than he used to be, but he's also like not pulling back on the reins of that hardcore comedy. And so I can't wait to see where he's going.
Do you think the fact that he's married to a black woman helps him be able to say things that other comedians might not be able to say?
No.
Okay.
I mean, because it doesn't help him be able to say things that other comedians might not be able to say. Other comedians can say those exact same things. It gives him more insight, I would think. And so
one of the jokes that he told on SNL was he's able to go for white women in a way that I think a lot of white comedians can't really go at white women. And I think maybe it helps a little. I don't think a lot of people know, though. Honestly, most people don't.
I mean, having a black wife does not give you permission to go for white women. That doesn't give you permission. But the thing that he did on his SNL thing was that he went after white women, but he compared, like, his comparisons and his reasons that he listed were obviously things that he developed from talking to his wife or just being more aware. So it didn't
Definitely.
give him permission.
Okay, that's sort of where my where the question comes from, is that I assume that he did this material with his wife, or at least some of it, and talked about some of it before he went out there. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it was talking to his wife. I mean, also the type of person that is outspoken like he is about race and just like the world, and looking like he does, like he looks like typical super white dude.
Yeah.
So he must have been of a mindset to get a black wife in the first place that was in a good place, right? So it's
Well,
not just his black wife.
no, of course,
People
no.
put so much stock in that, but like, I mean, I'm sure she's wonderful because he's an intelligent guy. She's got to be intelligent, not an asshole. I'm
I
guessing.
agree.
But,
They seem great, and I actually didn't know until recently, and it's not important. It's not like it matters to me. I just thought maybe he is more comfortable putting some stuff out there because of it. But I love your take on it. What shows did you watch as a kid?
I was a big cartoon kid. I like to watch, like, I mean, when I was a kid, Saturday morning cartoons were still a thing where you get up
Agreed.
in the morning and just watch a shit ton of cartoons. And then, so when I was a kid, I was like really big on cartoons. When I was younger, I was very big on like anything science fiction, action, and adventure. I remember when I was really young, Briscoe County Jr. was the thing. Do you remember
Uh-huh.
Briscoe County
Yes,
Jr.?
I do.
With Bruce Campbell.
I do remember.
So I was very big on like anything sci-fi, adventure, cartoon, superheroes. Like any of that, I would watch the Hulk, the original Hulk with Bill Bixby.
Oh, right. That actually gets me to somewhere I wasn't planning on going. You're a big fan of comic books, like I am. I'm a big comic book collector. I don't know if you're a collector, but I know that
I am not a collector. I'm a reader. So like my comic books get trashed.
I kept them in good condition. I eventually sold all of them in one shot for like a lot of money, but that was a long time ago. But you worked with Stan Lee for a while. You actually wrote with Stan Lee. Very few people can say that in the world.
I co-wrote a movie with Stan Lee, which means that Stan Lee gave me a page of notes, then I wrote the script, and then his name goes first.
Well, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, which is fine.
Right.
That's totally fine, but that's what co-writing with Stan Lee meant at the time that I co-wrote with Stan Lee. It was actually at a time where his company was trying to break out on their own and make some non-Marvel superhero movies, which they did a couple, POW Entertainment, but then this movie actually never got made, even though it was written.
It was optioned. Was it an option thing?
Well, they hired me to write the script.
Okay, so yeah, it was already optioned. Do you have any dream projects?
Of course, I have dream projects. I actually love just like really, really weird stuff. And so I have this dream project. I can't exactly explain it, but it basically combines history and cyberpunk.
Okay.
So it's a narrative film that I want to do that combines history and cyberpunk.
Interesting. Okay. I hope it gets made. If anyone can do it, you can.
Maybe.
What led you to the work that you do for the New Yorker now? How did you get there?
Well, a few years ago, I was working for the Love and Hip Hop franchise, which is a reality series that like gave birth to like Cardi B and other stars.
Right.
And I didn't like it that much. I mean, the people I was working with are great people, but just like what the show was, I was like, why am I spending my life doing this? This is not really what I want to do. So basically I said, okay, if I really am going to make it as a performer, or if I'm going to make it, I've got to put my money where my mouth is. And so I have to like, if I can produce these $1 million shows for other people, can I do that for myself? And so one of the things I had always said that I could do was be a New Yorker cartoonist, because I would look at New Yorker cartoons and I'd be like, I think I could do this, but then
Yeah.
I'd never done it in all my life. And so basically that was one of the things I challenged myself to do. I was like, can I become a New Yorker cartoonist? And so I just broke out and started submitting. And I submitted hundreds of cartoons until they finally broke and they bought one, and then they bought more. So
I love that.
That was basically just challenged myself and just went for it.
That's a serious part of comedy history, to be able to write for the New Yorker. I submit to the contest every few weeks, generally. If you could have one superhero power, what would it be?
I guess it would be the ability to speak every language.
Wow, interesting answer. That's not something anyone's ever said, but to have
Really? What do people usually say?
Yeah, no, that's great.
What do people usually say, though?
People usually say, like, flight. I want to fly, or I want to be invisible so I can look at naked girls in the locker room, or like these people, or they just, like, some people have said they want to, like, world peace. I don't know if that's a superhero power, but people have the ability to give world peace. Well, you can only really do that once. Then your superpower only really works once because you've made world peace. But a lot of people have answered sort of ubiquitous things of that nature.
I think that world peace is a very dangerous thing, because it's kind of like a monkey's paw thing. Because if you're like world peace, then it's like suddenly everybody's dead. Okay, there's peace all over the world.
That's what it takes. So that's sort of a Thanos thing.
Yeah,
So
because somebody's going to disagree with someone. So,
right. And what would it be like if no one did? If everyone agreed, we really would all be. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Favorite rap albums. Favorite rap albums.
My favorite rap album, I guess, it's got to be like the Far Side's album. What was the name of it? It's the one where they have like the Your Mama one.
And this is like mid-90s,
fat.
right?
How fat is she? Your mama is so big and fat that she can get busy on 22 burritos. When times are rough, I saw her in the back of Taco Bell in handcuffs. That's one?
Hot. That's hot. Yes, that's hot. I do remember that. I was more like Low End Theory, sort of Q-Tip. That's probably more.
Oh, yeah, they had some great stuff. Bugging Out is one of the best songs.
Oh, God, yeah. Bonita Applebum.
No, Bugging Out.
No, I'm saying, yeah, no, I'm just naming other ones that
okay,
mine that are great one. And I Left My Wallet at El Segundo. I feel like that's one of the first rap songs I ever heard as a kid. You have a game show now that I had the opportunity to be on last week.
6 Insanely Questions. It's great.
It is really great. It's a fantastic concept and very simple, and you really get some great people involved. What led to this concept?
For 6 Insanely Questions, well, basically, I design shows. Like, that's what, from my producing background, I learned how to design shows. And so 6 Insanely Question was a show that I designed, which was easy to produce, but also engaging. Because, like, sometimes if you design a show that is like high end, maybe production wise, sometimes it's hard to put on. So I wanted to make a show that was easy to produce, but also really fun. And so that's what 6 Insanely Question came out, because it answered those questions together.
I think what's really great about it is that we know that people's attention spans are shorter now than maybe 20, 30 years ago. So these 2-minute, 1-minute questions that people can really, that have a bunch of laughs in 1 minute. It's really a great concept. I definitely implore everyone who's watching tonight and after to watch 6 Unseemly Questions. You can check that out on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And you have a website.
Just go to unseemlyquestions.com.
That's easy.
Ow.
How do you spell that last part? Thank you so much for coming down today, Victor. You're one of the greatest personalities. I've always enjoyed your company. You're one of the best. Is there anything you would like to plug on the way out, and how people could come and see you beyond Unseemly Questions? 6 Unseemly Questions.
I do a weekly talent show that anybody can sign up for, and we pay you $5 for performing. And it's online, so you can perform from anywhere in the world. It's called NYC Talent Show. Check it out at nyctalentshow.com.
Awesome. No wah 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 at the end of that. Just spell that one out. Thank you so much for coming down today. You're the best. Pabst Blue Ribbon all the way. We'll We'll
It's
keep-
funny. I hate Pabst Blue Ribbon,
I hate it too. I
but
put
the
it up
hats
there.
are awesome.
The hats. It has one of the greatest little logos.
Yep.
Great. So awesome. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for checking out Welcome Back to America. We'll be back right after this.
Awesome.